How can we spot dishonorable people? The 8 most vile behaviors of undignified people. Stoicism. Imagine looking into the eyes of a dishonorable person. You find no trace of humanity. There is no guilt, no remorse, only a chilling emptiness. These types are not just in movies or on the pages of history. They might be hiding in your office, within your social circle, or perhaps even right beside you. Good things do not always happen to good people, yet we all deserve more. We value relationships built on sincerity, respect, and a genuine bond. But how can we detect the monsters in sheep's clothing, those who smile while plotting your downfall? Today, consulting Stoic wisdom, we drop the masks and bring the unpleasant truth about dishonorable people to light. Stoic philosophy can teach you to recognize their deceptive tactics, lies, and the ways they can silently damage your life. The ancient wisdom of 2,000 years ago describes the treachery of the modern world perfectly. Because friends, even if a human's face, skin, and race change, the face of evil is constant, but every face can wear a mask. Here, with Stoicism, we can shatter those masks and reveal their true faces. This is not about judging others, but about preserving your own soul in peace. Because let's admit it, sometimes the biggest villains were the warmest smiles. If you are ready to face the facts, we start now. 1. Lack of conscience. One of the most fundamental feelings never found in dishonorable people is conscience. Have you met someone who sees no harm in lying, deceiving, or plotting behind backs, and wears a sweet smile on their face while doing all this? This is the sign of a dishonorable human, someone devoid of a guiding conscience. These individuals prioritize their own whims more than basic moral values, and lack the compass that steers life with honesty. They can list the most cruel, destructive lies without even blinking. They betray your trust, upset you, and then show no sign of remorse without simply apologizing. Because where their conscience should be, only a creeping emptiness prevails. If possible, etch this quote by Montaigne into your mind. Asterisk. Every honorable person prefers losing their honor to losing their conscience. Asterisk. 2. Evading responsibility and excuses. The lack of conscience is a deep-rooted problem. They blame you, justifying their actions by doing whatever it takes to escape responsibility by twisting the truth. They sleep comfortably at night without feeling uncomfortable about the harm they caused. Be sure that some people crush your heart to get their desires, avoiding nothing. Step away from these character void people the moment you spot them. Never allow them to get close to even a tiny crumb of your life at any cost. Apologies from these types sound a bit hollow, don't they? We all make mistakes, surely, but a sincere "I ruined everything" confession has a different effect. You feel the sadness in their eyes, the sincerity in their voice. However, these people construct such intricate, emotionally charged scenarios that you almost feel guilty for holding them accountable. The offense they committed suddenly becomes a result of circumstances, evolving into a heartbreaking story that speeds up your pulse. You find yourself wanting to console them, convincing them they made no mistake. Instead of facing their flaws, they distort narratives, blur the lines of responsibility, or play the victim. Their excuses turn into detailed shields designed to deflect any sense of personal liability. They are so accustomed to impudence that they ignore even concrete evidence. Explaining to these people that what they did is wrong is more impossible than writing on the sun with ice. Even if a sprout were to grow from rotten logs, they only know how to destroy. 3. Two-faced deceit. Pay close attention to the dishonorable ones with toxic hearts disguised as friends. The two-faced person drowns you in compliments one moment, then buries you the ground the next. These types feed by creating a fake sense of safety, putting you in a state of trust before attacking. Their smiles are misleading. Their words consist of empty promises. They may act like your ally by speaking supportive and encouraging words, but in your absence, they twist your stories, undermine your efforts, and put obstacles in your path. While secretly taking pleasure in your failures, they struggle to create an illusion of friendship. The wound of such betrayal is deep. The actions of a hypocrite violate our sense of trust while shattering any illusion of a genuine connection. Remember, loyalty and kindness cannot be faked forever. Focus not only on words, but on actions, and stay away from those whose warmth feels not like it comes from a true heart, but from a role. 4. Enslavement to material and body. We live in an era obsessed with visuals, flawless bodies, designer clothes, and the latest gadgets. However, being a slave to the material and physical is a path leading to spiritual nothingness. Excessive focus on temporary beauty, dishonorable relationships, or worldly goods births a shallowness where real honor and honesty have no value. Those who see themselves only through the window of their bodies are consumed by anxieties. They fear aging, looking imperfect, or losing their temporary youth. This desperate clinging to the physical leads to envy, constant comparison, and belittling others who don't fit their narrow aesthetic standards. An individual trapped in this mindset neglects their inner value, giving more premium to appearance than actions. They overlook compassion, kindness, and the quiet power of character. Remember, our bodies are temporary vehicles. What truly defines us are the choices we make, the love we offer, and the legacy we leave behind. 5. Breaking promises. We are surrounded by hollow words, rising from the foul breath of empty people. Therefore, hold on tight to those who fulfill their promises. A truly dignified person grasps that a word is not just a simple phrase, but a sacred commitment. Their words have weight, and even in the face of difficulties or changing conditions, they do more than their best to keep their promises. Those who break their word easily display a fundamental lack of honesty, failing to comprehend the bonds of respect and reliability that form the ground of strong relationships. They squander trust recklessly. They show that their personal interests are more important than the promises given to others. Look for people whose yes means yes, and no means no. Be cautious if you think you are constantly being disappointed by someone who breaks their promises without feeling true remorse. Accept that those who take their words so lightly can likely disregard other critical values as well. Keep yourself away from people whose words break easily like glass. Their lack of integrity will bring only frustration and sorrow to your life. 6. Gossip and character assassination. Have you ever been the target of whispered rumors spreading like a wildfire by an unseen enemy? Dishonorable people feed on gossip. While putting on a friendly attitude to your face, they enjoy ruining your reputation with half-truths and malicious insinuations. This is a cowardly strategy stemming from jealousy, insecurity, or a misguided sense of superiority. Think of the agony of learning that someone you thought was a friend spreads lies behind your back with pleasure. The trust you had in them shatters and leaves its place to a nauseating feeling of betrayal. Dishonorable people do not care about the damage they cause. Their words turn into weapons and leave scars that will never fully heal. A person of true character is aware of the power of words. They refuse to waste time with trust-damaging gossip. Instead, they handle problems with honesty and respect, seeking direct solutions rather than engaging in destructive backbiting. If you find yourself surrounded by people who take pleasure in speaking ill of others, see this as a symptom of their own spiritual weakness. Do not stoop to their level. Do not let their toxicity infect you. 7. Blaming others. Do you know someone who blames others for their problems and seems as if they are never at fault? Their mistakes always arise from external factors. Their failures stemming from someone else's incompetence is a trait of the dishonorable. By refusing to accept their deficiencies, they deprive themselves of the chance for growth. Not wanting to enter the path of self-improvement, they get stuck in a cycle of excuses. Their arrogance and fears prevent them from owning their choices and the subsequent results. Do not allow their excuses to be your burden. Realize what their way of shifting blame actually means. See that they are trying to protect themselves with a flimsy shield against genuine self. Put a barrier between yourself and those who refuse to take responsibility for their failures and seek solace in victimhood instead of the power of personal responsibility. 8. Manipulation. Last in line are manipulative people. Have you ever felt like a pawn in someone else's game, like you are being used instead of being valued? Dishonorable people see relationships as a trade, a stepping stone to get ahead. They create an air of fake sincerity that flatters you. Their kindness is always conditional, their support calculated. Their compliments seem a bit too goal-oriented, their interest in your life surprisingly intense. At first, it feels almost flattering, a nice show of interest. But be careful. The charming showcase often hides a ruthless manipulator. For these types, you are a tool, a rung on the ladder of ambition. They analyze you, dig into your weaknesses, hopes, and fears. While offering generous help, they grant favors designed to wake a feeling of indebtedness. Your talents, Connections, and even your most intimate secrets become a currency they use for their own benefits. This type of manipulation can be subtle, disguised as a favor or a friendly advice. They are master observers of weaknesses. When they see a tiny crack in your soul, they do their best to widen that crack. Tisciaderi, Italiano. They never feel remorse for stepping on you, crushing you, just to rise higher. Do not make yourself a toy in their games, serving their own interests. If a relationship constantly makes you feel drained, questioned, or exploited, it means it is time to trust your instincts. True connection does not come with an invisible price tag. True friends and colleagues uplift you, support your goals without demanding an endless return. Protect yourself and never confuse calculated manipulation with kindness. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, share it with your loved ones, and support me by subscribing to my channel. You can also support by becoming a joint subscriber. See you in the next videos. Stay stoic and stay wonderful.